Hello Warriors, today I want to demonstrate how we attach both the MILES 2000 halo sensors and the MILES IWS halo sensors to a boonie. Both of these halo systems are really designed to go around helmets. In One Shepherd we use boonies obviously, so how to attach them can be a little non-intuitive. Let's first demonstrate with the MILES 2000. The MILES 2000 halo has 4 sensors, basically at the quadrants of the head. The battery box is to be worn along the back of the head. That's most comfortable that way. If we flip it over, you can see that there is hook side Velcro along the inside, and we have all of these straps that both have hook and loop on them. All of the straps are the same with the exception of these. So let's orient the MILES 2000 halo to our boonie. The back of the boonie. This seam is the front of the boonie. And what I'm going to do now with this strap is basically capture the webbing in the boonie between the Velcro. So all I'm doing is I'm going to even start it in the middle. This can control the height of it, how far it sits above your head. But that's all I'm doing. I'm going to repeat that for everyone but those 2 that I mentioned earlier. Right, now we've got it mostly attached except for these 2 oddballs. Instead of capturing it between the hook and loop on the inside, we're basically just going to use this webbing here to retain that portion of it to the headset here. So instead of capturing it with hook and loop, we're just going to do that to both sides. And there you have it. It's really important to get the MILES 2000 properly aligned. It's best for comfort that way, with the battery box being in back. And you'll notice that the way we attached it is very snug to the boonie. It's not flopping all over the place. And remember, no pie facing. If you pie face your opponent, you eliminate the possibility of them hitting your sensors. Don't do that. Wear your boonie properly. Now we'll discuss mounting of the MILES IWS halo to the boonie. The IWS halo is a little different in that it only has 3 sensors instead of 4. The trick about this is that it does have a symmetry line indicated by the seam, the sewn seam in the halo. So this indicates left and right. So now we have to figure out which one is forward and back. Well, similarly to the MILES 2000, we want to present our opponent 2 sensors, because you're most likely going to be facing them. So this I know is the front seam, so I'm going to line that up. And the trick with this one is, rather than capturing the webbing of the boonie, we're going to do almost like a running stitch with this. Loop it around the second one, and then take this one through. And it's got loop side on the inner side there. What I'm going to do is flip that through like that. Now do the same thing on this side. Find the nearest open one. And I go towards the back. I loop it towards the back. You could loop it towards the front, but I loop it towards the back. I think that gives the opponent a fair shot at it in case this gets knotted up a little bit. That through there. And that like that. So now we have the front on. Now You can see the problem kind of with the back is that if it's symmetrical, how do we put it right along the seam there? Well, you don't. You pick a side, pick the right side here, and I'm going to loop it towards the left to kind of pull that sensor as close as I can towards the midpoint. And there you have it. So once again, you've got a MILES IWS sensor worn properly on a boonie. Presents the opponent with 2 sensors in the front, 1 in the back. Most of the time you're going to be facing your opponent, but this still does allow for off-angle shots like that or like that. You notice it's very tight to the boonie. It doesn't flop around. These sensors stay very snug to the head, and it's pretty comfortable. And that's how you attach either a MILES 2000 Halo sensor system or a MILES IWS Halo sensor system to a boonie hat.